Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing? Howdy, kids? I'm Q, the Costa Rican coach of the Chicago Dragapults. Yes, sir. We are back here with another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Draft League battle here in the PBA. Going up against the homie, the Grandmaster, who also goes by D-Ray, coach of the... Ooh, what's the team name? Ooh, I don't remember the Annihilation? Something Annihilation. I can't read it. It's too tiny. The logo may or may not be in the... Right now. You might have saw it. Regardless... let's put the matchup on screen just because, you know, we gotta get this out of the way. Alright, just gotta get it out of the way. We just gotta look at the matchup, guys. Just look at his Pokemon, okay? And then look at mine, right? And you can't tell from this picture, but his Terra Captain just so happens to be the best Terra Captain in probably the whole game. That's right, you guessed it, Dragonite. And he can Terra into either flying or normal, whatever he wants to do. I'm assuming it's gonna be normal, because it kind of just goes all the fucking way in. If you guys are new to the channel and you think we're gonna win today, go ahead and click that subscribe button. But it's looking pretty tough, I'm gonna be honest. We kind of just auto lose to Dragon Dance D-Knight. As soon as they get up a D-Dance, it's kind of over. Literally all they need to do is get up hazards, maybe webs, maybe spikes, maybe rocks, and it's over. And the D-Knight just wins. I have a Dragapult as my main counter to it. Everything else dies. It's just silly. It's honestly silly, is what it is. It's just silly. But we're gonna try our best. You know what I mean? We're not gonna just we're not just gonna go in there and lay down. You know what I mean? We're gonna try our best to win, and all that good stuff. So let's talk about the team real quick. Look at his threats, dude. Outside of Dragonite, his team's kind of crazy. He's got Iron Valiant, one of my favorite Iron Pokemon. Cyclizar, with which gets access to Shed Tail. So he can set up some Shed Tails for his D-Knight to dance even easier. For his Valiant to just click Specs Moonblast or whatever he chooses to be. Could set it up for, what's that? Goldengo, which is also a really good Pokemon. He's got a pretty stacked front six. Like Valiant, Cyclizar, Goldengo, Dragonite, Rotom Wash, and Ting-Lu can kind of just always show up to every matchup and still do really well. And you don't even have to if he just wants to be lazy and not even think about the matchup, just bring those six and you'll be fine most of the time. And then he's got three other Pokemon in Colossal, which gets really good hazards as well as Spin. But he also has the Cyclizar for Spin. And then Swalot, which I think could show up today if he's really worried about Sylveon. It's his other Terra Captain, which is Terra Poison and Steel, but I highly doubt he'd ever Terra Captain that against me. And then the homie Masquerain with the Webbers, which is kind of actually really scary against my team. So, let's take that off real quick, and let's just talk about the team that we're going to be bringing today. I know. You guys are like, oh my god, he's wearing double boots. What a loser. I know, I get it. It's boring. You know what I mean? Just slap a boots on a Pokemon. It's super boring. I get it, but it's necessary because the two Pokemon that I don't want to get affected by webs are those two Pokemon, Dragapult and Bundle. And I didn't really need the extra damage boost on any of them as long as his Valiant isn't scarfed, which I feel like he literally, if you just bring Dragon Dance D-Knight and you're like, oh shit, if that doesn't work for somehow, then Scarf Valiant also just cleans against me. It's kind of insane. Don't really have any counterplay to it, to be honest. It would be, I'd be shocked if he wasn't Scarf or something like that, just to try and get that guaranteed outspeeding my other threats that will definitely die to a Moonblast. But regardless, once again, we are boots. The Dragapult is pretty invested in its special attack, obviously, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to do max damage, but we also have Will-O-Wisp and U-Turn. Will-O-Wisp for, if they have a D-Knight in and they're not dancing, right? Let's say we assume they don't dance, and we're going to assume that, oh, they have to click E-Speed here. We're probably going to go hard in a Dragapult just to get a Wisp off on either said D-Knight or the Ting-Lu, because the Ting-Lu is definitely, probably, the quote-unquote Dragapult switch-in if he needs to switch into Dragapult type of a thing. Because it kind of tanks literally every hit that I can throw at it. So yeah, we can burn that on switch in, then U-turn out, get a little bit extra trip, and then go into our, wait, you guessed it, I guess probably Iron Bundle, low key. We don't have any form of hazard control. I feel this matchup, when I was looking at it and I was building for it, I was like, okay, if they get I have two ways to stop them from getting hazards up with two specific leads if they want to lead off with Ting-Lu type of a thing. One of them is Specs Sylveon that I'm going to try to utilize super offensively. If I think they're going to lead Ting-Lu, we can knock them out with a Specs Sylveon. And then also Meowscarada would definitely either threaten it out or I could just raw taunt it. That way, they can't get up any hazards with it. It's also really good for the Colossal lead. That's what they want to bring. Because then we could taunt it, get up spikes, knock it off, all that good stuff, and just whittle the Colossal down. But, alright, we're getting out of order. Iron Bundle. Really strong, really fast, hits everything really hard. Rotom Wash is the only water ice resist. So we got Freeze Dry, and that'll get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Boots because it has the speed tier, and if I want to maintain said speed tier, even if webs are up, because I'm not bringing any hazard control, we have to be Boots. That's just kind of what it has to do. And then we have, once again, Specs Sylveon. Probably, it's either Specs Sylveon or Meowscarada that's going to be my dedicated lead. If for some reason we don't see Ting-Lu, then I might be enticed to lead something else. But it's also, like, just lead Sylveon. I typically don't do, like, a dedicated lead going into a matchup, but when it's, like, a 9-mon team, and you can kind of, like, pretty much assume what mons they're going to bring and what the game plan is going to be, so lead Sylveon is kind of, like, bops everything. It can live a hit from Iron Valiant, knock it out. It can, knock out the Ting-Lu if it's not max Spadef, and then prevent rocks from going up. It could stop the Cyclizar from being able to shed tail shenanigans into anybody because Higher Voice goes through sub because it's a sound-based move. So it's just really solid. The only really thing I wouldn't like to see is like a lead Colossal, because then I'd have to baton pass out of there, and then they'd probably get up hazard free, and then I have to deal with that for their whole battle. So that's kind of really the only like bad matchup where I don't think I would lead it. I might play that by ear, but regardless. And then we have Meowscarada with the Focus Sash so that we can guarantee get up at the very least 1 layer of spikes. We also do have the speed tier as well. So unless we can scout for Scarfs with that, which could be pretty nice. Knockoff is really good for the Goldengers. Taunt once again for either Colossal or the Ting-Lu. I know I am weak to Colossal, so like, would you really want to taunt it? Yes, I do, because I just don't want to have to deal with hazards, especially with like Staraptor and stuff like that. And then Overgrow in Focus Sash, Flower Trick, and Oko the Ting-Lu. If it's Spadef instead of Fizdef, I do think it's going to be Spadef because, like, you know, quote unquote, it's the Dragapult switch-in and maybe might want to tank a hit from like a regular Sylveon. But Spec Sylveon, I think, still has a chance to knock it out from 4. Honestly, do not remember. So I'm just going to, I'm not even going to calculate. We'll just find out in the battle, right? And then we have the homie Staraptor with our Choice Scarf of our own because, once again, it'll ignore the webs. So this kind of like solidifies the speed tier. Once again, if it's Scarf Iron Valiant, though, it kind of just, like, rolls through the team. That's why I'm, like, really scared of that. But, yeah, Brave Bird Close Combat is pretty spammable against the team, against everyone besides the Goldengo. So if they still have Goldengo alive, and I'm in front of something that I would otherwise knock out, like Cyclizar or Iron Valiant, probably just going to raw U-turn and try to, you know, get that prediction correctly. Final Gambit's on there just to be silly. I didn't really need it. I don't see me ever clicking Final Gambit. Unless it's like, unless they like lead Ting-Lu, but even then, I still think Close Combat would be better. So I don't know. We'll play that by ear. But Final Gambit is just kind of on there to be goofy. And then last but not least, the last slot, I was actually really tossing up either Sandy Shocks or Donphan, of course, because, you know, hazard control, and even the what's my guy name, Slitherwing, because Slitherwing looked pretty good offensively here with its priority, being able to switch into Ting-Lu more reliably and then get off a strong U-turn on somebody could have been pretty nice. But I opted to go with this beautiful, damn near max Fizdef Sandy Shock. So we still have enough speed to outpace Rotom and what's it called, the Goldengo. So we can definitely Thunderbolt and Earth Power those Pokemon respectively. But Iron Defense, Body Press, so like they most likely will use Ting-Lu to switch into Dragapult, but they also might want to use it to switch into this if I'm in front of like a Rotom, or if I'm, oh no, probably not Rotom. If I'm in front of Goldengo, they're probably going to want to like switch into Ting-Lu to eat up either the Earth Power or the Thunderbolt because, you know, they're immune to it. And then we can Iron Defense on that turn, and then Iron Defense again, and then a +4 Body Press from the Sandy Shocker will knock out the Ting-Lu, which could be a pretty cool interaction. I'm really hoping we could do that. It's kind of like the only reason why I brought it. That's what I convinced myself was worth. I was like, you know what? That would be funny. That would be a lot funnier than like just U-turning with Slitherwing. So I'm opting to go with that. We also have Pivot potential on 4 out of 6 Pokemon, which I just realized, which is pretty strong. So once again, we are going to be going against the homie D-Ray. Link to his channel in the description down below, as well as all the other coaches in the Iron Treads division, which is the division that we are part of in the PBA, 32-man league, 4 divisions. You know the vibes. With that being said, I hope you all enjoy the battle. Remember, it's one battle. It's Draft League, 6v6 singles, 20-minute timer. Can we get it done? I think we can, because Dragonite's just going to sweep me. Find out next time on... Alright, and here we are with the battle, and he does bring all the threats. Who would have thought? No Rotom, though. Pretty cool. But yeah, Sylveon just looks pretty solid here. The only way I could stop the bug from getting up webs is if I lead Meowscarada, and I just don't want to do that. So we're just going to lead off with Sylveon. because it either is going to get kills or force in the Goldengo, and then I'll have to Terra immediately, but that's fine. That's not anything crazy. Good luck, have fun to the homie D-Ray. Link to his channel in the description down below. There's also all the other coaches that are in our division. There's 32 coaches in the entire league, but I think, what is it, split up between 8 coaches per division? So yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Big threats on his side. We're going to just lose to Terra Normal Dragonite or Terra Flying, whichever one they want to do. But, you know what I mean? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it and just see where the day takes us, I suppose. Could also see a Cyclizar lead, which would be pretty funny. Because that would actually allow in the Goldengo pretty easily, if I'm being honest. But I would imagine they either go with Webs or Hazards lead. So that's why I kind of wanted to lead Sylveon. I feel like it's just pretty solid against both of those guys. My Sylveon can have a chance to OHKO the Ting Lu if it's not Spadef invested. So we'll go with that. We'll just go and hope and all that stuff. What's that Pokemon called? What's the bug one? What is it? I don't even remember. La Mascara. Okay, they do just lead off with Webs. Alright. Should have led my Taunter, but we're gonna just get a kill here. Intimidate. Love the camera angles in this game. It's a perfect game. It's a feature, not a bug. We're gonna Hyper Voice. Don't know what this guy actually even gets outside of Sticky Webs. Yep, that's fine. Two of my fastest guys are Boots, so it doesn't matter. Well, not doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter all that much. They can definitely get some chip on us, but they can't, like, just go hard into Goldengo here. Because I can, what's it called? Honestly, depending on the damage, if they do go into Goldengo, I might just Terra. They just Air Slash and they miss. You love to see it. Sorry, bro. But yeah. Alright, so that's a thing. We could go... This actually pretty sucks, because our Sandy Shocks was supposed to be able to switch into Goldengo. Because outside of that, we'll have to just pick one. Let's see, Goldengo. I think we'll still have to go Sandy Shocks. Oh, I don't have Sandy Shocks on the calc. Whoopsie. Get it quick. Oh, it's just going raw D-Knight. Okay, buddy. Control V. Import. So they're just going D-Knight. Hello? Dragonite. I mean, you can Terra here, I guess. They are deciding to just go for it, though. I will click Hyper Voice. As they Terra, I don't think they raw kill me with Terra Normal. Yeah, they don't raw kill me with Terra Normal. And I might preserve this, potentially. But it's looking like we aren't going to Terra this game, because our Sylveon's probably going down here. But yeah, they should still do a hefty chunk. They dance. Yeah, they should still do a hefty chunk. It's going to do like 81 to 96. And they actually don't kill me with any moves, so I'm just going to be able to 2-hit KO this guy. Yeah, let's go. Crit. That crit did not matter. I don't think I die here, unless they have Iron Head. Hold up, let me find out. This Specs Roost? Brother, you will be dying here. Surely. Let's go. Yeah, they're gonna have to hit me. And I feel like, yeah, I live this. +1 Adamant. Yeah, I live this unless it's Silk Scarf. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Sylveon. Scream at this man. All right, sick. So if they go Goldengo, I'll just hit it. Because they most likely will just, I can honestly save this. But we do know that after a speed drop, Ting Lu does outpace me. So unless they go out into it now, I can't really make that play in my opinion. But bro, D-Knight's gone. That is insanely good. And they actually end up going out into this. So yeah, I'll just give it this. You can have him. You can have him. They Moonblast, which should knock me out. And let's go, man. Sylveon did what it needed to do. Let's go. Specs Sylveon. Who would have thought? Alright. They're Life Orb, so that's good to know. Because that means... we can just go into the bird. Well, also, we know Sandy Shocks doesn't die to any one hit. Well, actually, no, they're Life Orb, so we don't know that. We can just go into this guy. I could have gotten my spikes up with Meowscarada, I guess, which probably would have been better. But I honestly think they're going to switch here. So I want a U-turn. I'm just going to do it. Yep. Let's go. Who are they going into? It's either Goldengo or Ting-Lu. And it looks like this is Ting-Lu. No, it's Goldengo. Alright, cool. Don't really have much for this, if I'm being honest. But I can freely go out into my Sandy Shocks and click a button. So I think I will. And then let's look at Sandy Shocks. Earth Power against Goldengo, if they're not Air Balloon, should do enough. And I don't think we saw it. Oh no, and we U-turned anyway, so if they are, they lose. So yeah, let's just click Earth Power. The Terra's already gone, and even if there was, they don't have a Terra on this guy anyway, so it's fine. And if they end up owning Ting-Lu, which looks like this might be it. No, it's this guy. Alright, sick. I can body press on the next turn for sure. That did enough. That did enough. Honestly, I kind of want to just Iron Defense. I should. You're right. I should. I'm not just Iron Defense. And see where the day takes us. They could either knock U-turn or Shed Tail here. I feel like they would Shed Tail. They just Draco. That does a decent amount. And then we get an Iron Defense off. And then I think I'm going to Earth Power again. Because we should now definitely live this this hit. Iron Defense because I thought the Ting-Lu would come in. But this is fine too. Let's just Earth Power. This being weakened is very good for the boys in the back. And if they want to Shed Tail in a Ting-Lu, I always have Body Press to break sub and stuff like that. So, really scared going into this matchup, no lie, but knock on wood, it's looking not so scary now, but with Shed Tail into their threats, it could always, yep, there it is. So they're either going into Valiant, which will break the sub for, which would be nice, or they're going into Ting-Lu and not knowing about Body Press. Let's see. Let's see what they want to do. I think the better play is probably Valiant, because I'm definitely in range of Valiant now. We'll see. Arya. It's this guy. Yeah, it's Valiant. Okay. That makes sense. We'll be able to break the sub, which is good. And then we'll get more Life Orb chip, I suppose. Do I have a switch into this? I don't think I do. I'm gonna look. As soon as they're done, all these animations. I low-key could save this, because it doesn't look too bad. Let's look at our Pokemon. Yeah, I don't really have a switch into this. I think I'll go Meowscarada after this, and just click Flower Trick. I think that's what I'll do. So yeah, let's just Thunderbolt. And yeah, I think I'll just go Meowscarada and Flower Trick. Not really caring about what they want to do. They might anticipate the play rough, but I think this is just arguably the better play. Because yeah, this outpaces everything. Goldengo could be Scarfed, I think. We haven't seen anything. Oh fuck, I forgot about webs. Okay, never mind. We will be able to Flower Trick this though, which is the main thing we want to do. And it definitely knocks it out if they break us down to Sash. They protect? Hello? Why? Okay. I could have got a free spike. That's fine. We're just going to Flower Trick to check in to see if I'm Protean. I'm not Protean. Kind of want to knock off low-key, expecting Goldengo to come in, but that's fine. If they want to go hard Goldengo, I still have my Sash, so yeah, that's fine. I'm very much okay with this. They go out into Goldengo. Yeah, I'm very much fine with this. I can knock off on the next turn. Not a big deal. Valiant will probably... Yeah, I mean, I still have Bundle and Pult in the back, so I think my chances here are looking pretty decent. We're just going to knock. Expecting them to click Make It Rain. And I assume a knock knocks it out. Wow, that didn't even break me down to Sash. I'm actually shocked. Hello? What is this Goldengo spread? What item were you also? Just for intel. Just for intel. It was Scarf. Alright, cool. So webs and Scarf. Makes sense, because Bundle as a Scarfer is actually pretty strong. So I could totally see that. Yeah, they just got a low roll with Make It Rain. I was Sash anyways. They didn't know that, obviously, but I mean, still, it was pretty funny. Pretty funny stuff. So I honestly might save this for the Ting-Lu. We are Overgrow boosted. And I do need a way to hit that, like, really hard. even though I do have bundle. So I might just go into something else on the Valiant. But it won't be Staraptor, because I can definitely Final Gambit something, which would be pretty funny too. Also, I guess I'll calc the Valiant thing now, because I need to know, like, surely Dragapult into something knocks it out, you know what I mean? I end up going this. Yeah, they should be able to knock me out here. They should be able to knock me out here is what I'm trying to say. So we'll just knock... Oh, I was supposed to save this. I was supposed to save this. Whoops. We have bundle. So I think... I guess I just go bundle here and click Ice Beam, no? I'm faster than this, right? I'm faster than Cyclizar. Cyclizar. Yeah, I'm faster than Cyclizar. Alright. Let's go this. Young Booters in the chat. And we are clicking Ice Beam. It's looking pretty free. Wish I could tear this guy. Clicking Ice Beam. I don't know what the Ting-Lu set is going to be, but we're clicking Ice Beam. Ting-Lu. How much does Ting-Lu take from this? Honestly, not a whole lot. Let's see. Does it... What's this guy called? Does it get Body Press? I'm unsure. But if it does, it doesn't 2-hit KO me. So yeah, if they're not Spadef, I 2-hit KO. But if they are, I might just end up flip turning into the bird. And we'll see. They go Iron Valiant, actually. Iron Valiant. So we know their Life Orb. Ice Beam has a chance to get the KO, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I kind of want to go hard into Pult. I know that seems a little silly, but I can't really hit the... Yeah, I think it's a little silly, but I can't really hit the guy with this, with Pult. So I think I might have to just sack off Pult. Yeah, we're going to flip turn in a Pult. Because now that puts him in range. I'm just going to... I know Moonblast is pretty obvious here, but I'm just going to go in a Pult. This isn't me predicting a fighting move. This is me realizing that my bird might have to Final Gambit some stuff. So yeah, we're just going to go in a Pult. And most likely sack it off. But if they click a what's it called move, then we're not sacking it off. And they do Moonblast, and we will be dying. That's fine. Because now they're in range of Ice Beam. And then it's all up to Staraptor. And then it's all up to Staraptor. Let's Ice Beam. Whew, heart's a little racing here. It's Shadow Sneak Chip, pretty good. Pretty strong, makes sense. But yeah, I had to sack off Pult in order to put it, in order to just, you know, get that extra Life Orb chip so that I was, you know, so that I was in range. And also didn't want to stack off Staraptor. Pult was just the most useless one here. It's Ting-Lu versus the world, you know? So, we'll just see what happens. The thing with Ting-Lu is, though, if it's Spadef instead of Fizdef, Staraptor's Close Combat should knock it out. We're going to Ice Beam. No, I should Flip Turn, right? Into the bird. Yes, I agree. Let's Flip Turn. And then we're just going to Close Combat spam, because they shouldn't knock us out with any one move. Unless they like raw Stone Edge here, which I guess could be a thing. Earthquake, perfect. So yeah, now we could Final Gambit even. Final Gambit actually does a little more. So I think I will click that. Close Combat makes sense too though. We're just going to Close Combat. That looks like a 2-hit KO to me, baby. And if not, Bundle surely knocks it out now. Stealth Rocks. I'm Boots. Okay. The late game Stealth Rocks. the latest game Stealth Rocks. You love to see it. Yeah, I'm Boots Bundle. They should know that because of the webs. But that's fine. because we definitely win here now. Let's go. I was very worried about the Dragonite, but they might have done it a little too early. This is fine. Unless they're Resto Chesto, I guess. That would suck. Stealth Rocks again. Oh, they realize they lost, I guess, is what they're doing. Well, yeah, shout out to Star Raptor. Shout out to the whole team doing what they need to do. I mean, Polt got sacked. It is what it is. Sometimes it just happens, guys. I can't, you know. But the biggest thing is we identified the win con, and it was bundle, click an Ice Beam. And that's why we had to sack off the Polt instead of just mindlessly clicking Ice Beam there and hoping to get the roll on Valiant. But that was a very good battle against the homie D-Ray. Shout out to Specs Sylveon. Specs Sylveon was the difference, for sure. That allowed the Dragonite to never be able to dance and roost in front of me, which was really good. It was meant to like Oko the Ting Lu at certain times, but I mean, still, we did what we needed to do. And shout out to the team, and shout out to the homies for watching in call. If y'all like what you saw and you saw what you like, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hell yeah, brothers.